It's not that just because you don't believe in God, you're a bad person. Every single one of us are bad people. So for them to sit on a high and mighty horse and pretend like, oh, I'm part of the club and you're not, you're going to hell. No, Jesus said many will say on that day, Lord, Lord, haven't we prophesied and cast out demons and done so many mighty works in your name? And Jesus is going to look at them and say, hey, you can't bullshit a bullshitter. I knew you not, you workers of iniquity. Get out of my face. Don't be chased away from God by fake ass Christians and then throw everybody out with the bathwater.
If he were telling the truth, he wouldn't have told us.
Unless, of course, he knew you wouldn't believe the truth, even if he told it to you.
Osiris all. I feel like I've talked.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh,
Have
I
you
came up here to
spoken?
talk about. I don't remember if we did. I don't quite remember. Atheism enslaves the mind. No, I don't. I don't believe that. Jesus frees the soul. No, I think Christians lack critical thinking.
You think
As
Christians
I've,
lack critical thinking?
yeah, I think I've spoken to you before too. Yeah, I said that you lack critical thinking before you kicked me, and I still stand by that. To be
So
honest,
you think I personally lack critical thinking?
I think most Christians. I don't know about you personally.
So why do you think most Christians lack critical thinking?
Because essentially what they believe in, they believe in what they believe in because somebody told them about it, right? They don't really have any. They don't really know whether Jesus Christ is, the Son of God, or walked on water or walked on water or turned water into wine. They don't know this. They just believe in it because somebody else told them about it. In my personal opinion.
So you think Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John are just some random people?
I don't think that they're really special. Uh,
I mean,
there's
do
no.
you not see how much deeper you keep digging your own hole of how you completely lack critical thinking, and yet you have the audacity to say something like most Christians lack critical thinking?
Yeah, in my
That's why I
opinion.
picked you the first time, kid. And have a nice day, bro. Carter, how you doing?
Good. I was trying to come on here to try to talk to him, but
You
he
want to talk
left.
with him? All right. Yeah. All right. Good.
All right. So I just have to ask you if Christians lack critical thinking. I'm a former atheist myself. How does that work? If atheism, so
Well, I mean, the Christians. I was referring to the Christians I personally interacted with, and most of them, from my own personal experience, lack critical thinking.
who do you talk to
What's this?
specifically? What do you say that they lack critical thinking? What about it?
Well, the people I went to school with, for example, like, um, how could I say it? Let me give you an example. Like, God is all good, and God is listening to our prayers. Um, let's see, the Bible is the actual word of God. You know, statements along those lines. When I asked them about, well, how do you know that? They don't really give me a coherent answer to the reason why they believe in what they believe in, right?
Right. I
They
understand.
also, yeah, they feel as if you're, I'll give you another example. They feel as if you don't believe in a God, that automatically makes you a bad person.
I don't
They
think
believe
most
that
Christians think that you're a bad person because you don't believe in God. It's more of we all
well,
do bad,
well,
so we need God.
Bro,
I
Osiris,
mean,
let me just correct everybody real quick. It's not that just because you don't believe in God, you're a bad person. Every single one of us are bad people.
Exactly.
Every single one of us. So for them to sit on a high and mighty horse and pretend like, oh, I'm part of the club and you're not, you're going to hell. No. Jesus said many will say on that day, Lord, Lord, haven't we prophesied and cast out demons and done so many mighty works in your name? And Jesus is going to look at them and say, hey, you can't bullshit a bullshitter. I knew you not, you workers of iniquity. Get out of my face. Don't be chased away from God by fake-ass Christians and then throw everybody out with the bathwater and then think that you've got a critical thinking mind. Bro, come on.
Okay. Well, I said that the ones I've interacted with, again, from my own personal experience, I don't want to generalize all Christians, and I'm not generalizing the host nor you, Carter. However, with Christians, it comes to a point where you still have a substantial amount of them that are like that. Sure, it's not everybody.
Yeah, but it's not. Most Christians generally know and can back their faith, especially with things like history and experience and all that. Like Jesus, first of all, was absolutely a real person. I mean, I'm sure you agree with that. But he was written by
Yeah,
secular
of
sources,
course.
by Muslim sources, by all that. And it's not some crazy belief that it has zero backing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. I believe he was a real guy, right? Yeah, but the notion that he was the son of God, yeah, I mean, come on.
Are
You
you?
know,
Do you believe in a God? What do you do? What do you believe in?
Wait, time out.
I,
Hold up. Before we go into that part, thank you so much for muting yourself. Thank you, Osiris. Look, I want to read a small section here. This is a archived report letter that was in the Vatican. It was smuggled out, but I'd like to read this, and it's basically talking. This is writing about a historian that actually lived during the time of Jesus. He was 19. So I'll read it real quick. It says, Vallius Patroclus, a Roman historian, was 19 years old when Jesus was born. His works have been thought to be extinct. I know of but two historians that make reference to his writings, Priscian and Tacitus. So in other words, we've got two other historians that we can validate through their writings. So we can verify that these are actual people, and these people, they write of this guy, Vallius Patroclus. So that's what I want you to take away from that first part. Who speak of him as a descendant of an equestrian family of Campania. In other words, he's from a pretty rich family that raises horses. From what we gather from these writers, Vallius must have been a close friend of Caesar. In other words, he was a product of nepotism, who raised him by degrees until he became one of the great men of Rome, and for 16 years commanded the army. He returned to Rome in the year 31 and finished his work. Jesus was crucified 30 AD. So for him to return a year later, that's pretty understandable. He held the office of praetor when Augustus died and while Vincius was consul. Vallius says, now this is the part I really want to draw out because he's verifying those supernatural things that you just completely brushed off as if it's Harry Potter hocus pocus. Vallius says that in Judea, he met a man called Jesus of Nazareth, who was one of the most remarkable characters he had ever seen, that he was more afraid of Jesus than of a whole army. And keep in mind, he was commander of an army. So he's not just pulling stuff out of his ass, he's actually genuinely more scared of one man than his entire army. For he cured all manner of diseases and raised the dead. And when he cursed the orchards or fruit trees for their barrenness, they instantly withered to their roots, which are all things that you can find in the Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John accounts. After referring to the wonderful works of Jesus, he says that although Jesus had such power, he did not use it to injure anyone, but seemed always inclined to help the poor. Vallius says the Jews were divided in their opinion of him, the poor class claiming him as their king and their deliverer from Roman authority, and that if Jesus would raise an army and give it the power, he could sweep the world in a single day. But the rich Jews hated and cursed him behind his back and called him an Egyptian necromancer, which is also something that's verified in other writings, because the Jews basically were calling him a sorcerer. And he learned this stuff from Egypt, though they were afraid of him as of death. Quoted from Vallius Patroclus B72, found in the Vatican at Rome. So the Matthew, Mark, Luke accounts and John accounts of the gospel are not just the only evidence. There's so much more evidence of the crucifixion, resurrection of Jesus Christ, the empty tomb. For anyone to completely invalidate all those things would mean you lack critical thinking.
Okay. I've been trying to search, a good rebuttal for the empty tomb. I haven't found one yet. I don't know why there was an empty tomb, but maybe there would be a reason for it in the future. I highly doubt that he rose from the dead, but whatever. If you're a God, okay, why spread your message, or I don't know, why? How can I say this? Why spread your teachings through an inherent subjective medium, such as the Bible, for example? Why not just communicate with people? Go ahead.
He did. Who do you think wrote the Bible? The people that he communicated with wrote the Bible.
But isn't that a secondhand source, though? Why not talk to us directly? Talk to us directly.
What do you think the prophets were, bro? What do you think the prophets were? You said, how come God just can't tell everybody? What, you think Michael Jordan's just going to come over there and play basketball with you because you want to be a basketball player? What the fuck is wrong with you, man? You think you got critical thinking skills?
Again, the Bible is an inherent subjective medium, right?
No,
you could just tell it. You could just communicate.
Precept upon precept, line upon line. Here a little, there a little. The old cannot come with the new, and the new cannot come without the old. Every book from Genesis all the way to Revelation, it all tells a coherent story, bro.
Okay, again, when you read the Bible, like there's so many interpretations of the Bible. Obviously, two people can look at the same thing and have a different interpretation of it.
The word of God is not subject to individual interpretation, bro. The word of God is not subject to individual interpretation. It must be spiritually discerned. There's so many people that focus on the letter and not the spirit.
Right. But again, God can just communicate through us and just talk to us. That'd be much better and much more efficient, in my humble opinion.
Again, if you wanted to be a basketball player, you can't just expect Michael Jordan to come and spend time with you and help you become a good basketball player. You're on your own, bro. I mean, what kind of naive crap is that? And on top of that, why would he try to communicate with you if you have no desire to even want to talk with him? You think I want to keep talking with a girl that when I'm just trying to, give my heart to her and she's just completely brushing it off and she only comes to me when she needs money? You think that I would want to spend any time with that girl or talk with her or communicate with her like you're saying? Bro, your posture is not even there. And how do you know that God doesn't communicate with people? He does. He just doesn't communicate with you because you don't believe him. Why would he communicate with you?
Okay, at one point I believed in a God, but he hasn't shown up. Well, he hasn't shown me any evidence that that would be.
Because he ain't no genie in a bottle, bro. He ain't a genie in a bottle. And it says, do not put your Lord, your God to the test. Why are you trying to test him? Oh, God, if you're real, if you're real, help me win the lottery, and then I'll believe you. I mean, come on, bro.
Well, he needs to communicate with me. That's all I'm saying.
Well, look,
he needs to give me some.
God doesn't need our belief. He doesn't need us to believe in him. He
Bro,
only wants us.
If you want to communicate with him, right here. It's right here. The word of God. In the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God. Emmanuel, God with us. If you want to know him, if you want to find out who he is, open the damn book, bro. You can download it now. It's free. YouVersion Bible app. Listen to the Bible today for free on the YouVersion Bible app. All you got to do is press play, man. Just press play. If you want him to communicate to you, open the damn book. Spend some time with him. Stop saying, oh, well, I keep asking, I keep praying, but he don't show up. Did you ever fucking spend any time with him?
Okay.
And you wonder why he didn't reveal himself to you.
God is outside of the book. Okay, the book is his message, but the point is his spirit is outside of the book.
This is the living word of God. This book is alive. This is the word of God. This is Jesus right here. From beginning to end, all of it's about Jesus.
Right. Sure, dude. According to some. Right.
It doesn't matter according to some. I don't care about the some, bro. I just care about what God says, and God is my judge. So if you want to affiliate what God has to say and compare it to, oh yeah, some humans think that way. Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of humans don't think that way, but you think that I care. I don't care. The sky is blue, the grass is green. I'm just simply telling you that the sky is blue and the grass is green, and Jesus Christ is Lord, and this is his word.
But you don't know whether God exists personally, my guy. Faceless.
What?
You don't know whether God exists really. You don't really know.
What are you talking about?
I'm just saying personally, you don't know. You just
Well,
pretty
he's
much
revealed himself to me. I've been given dreams and given visions. He communicates to me. He stopped me from unaliving myself.
Really.
Yeah, really.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you say so, my guy.
Hey, I really don't care if you say so, bro. I really don't care. I mean, the reason why I kicked you is because you lack critical thinking, and here you are with the audacity, with the thick-ass skin to say that most Christians lack critical thinking. And here you are, you keep getting folded and folded after one stupid statement after another, bro. One stupid statement after another, you keep folding, you keep getting folded.
I said the ones I have been around.
I give you good points, and then you act just like my wife and just brush it off like it wasn't even a real valid point. Man, you think people want to have conversations when you completely invalidate what they have to say?
I didn't invalidate. I didn't say what you've been through didn't happen. Did I say that? No.
If you say so. Right. If you say so, bro. That phrase, if you say so, man, like, have you been born yesterday? Have you been born yesterday? Don't you know that anytime someone says that, it's like, yeah, oh, Bro, you don't have to read between the lines, man. I thought you said you got critical thinking skills.
Yeah, the Christians I have been around, many of them don't have critical thinking skills.
Yeah. Hey, guess what? Most humans lack critical thinking skills. Stop saying Christians. You lack critical thinking skills, and you ain't even a Christian. Most humans lack critical thinking skills. What the fuck is you talking about?
But we're talking about Christians, though, man.
No, we're talking about humans. We're talking about humans. You're a human. I'm a human. All right? Stop trying to isolate shit and focus all your attacks on a group of Christians. Like, oh, it's only Christians that lack critical thinking skills. Bro, you've already proven to me that you yourself lack critical thinking.
No, man. I don't lack critical thinking skills at all.
No, man, bro. I got.
I think Muslims like critical thinking skills too.
No, get the fuck out, bro. No, man. Yeah, I'm serious. I got critical thinking skills. Yeah, I'm the judge of myself. If you say so. I know I got critical thinking skills. And get the fuck out of here, bro.
It's like debating Muslims, man.
If he were telling the truth, he wouldn't have told us.
Unless, of course, he knew you wouldn't believe the truth, even if he told it to you.